was the physical comedy part of my act. Maybe put a step in the budget next year, I don't know. Is this cool? I'm going to say that's cool. It's a rough couple weeks for racist homophobes, huh, you guys? You guys are finding that tough too, I can tell. Anybody else's dad's super pissed? These jokes do not necessarily represent the opinions of the comedian or the A&M Theater. If anyone gets triggered. Here's a fun fact. There are two kinds of people in the world. It's people who pee in the shower and people who don't. I learned that from my ex-girlfriend. She decided it would be fun to join me in the shower, and I decided, when you gotta go. Turns out we're just different people. I've been spending a lot of time with my grandma. She has dementia, so I've been helping take care of her. And it can be pretty tough. Like if we go to a restaurant and there's a lot of people there, she can get really paranoid about what they're doing. Like all of a sudden she'll get super serious and be like, look at those people over there. They're talking about us. And part of me's like, it's just the disease. Don't overreact. But the rest of me smokes weed, and we panic. Because the two scariest words to a stoner are they know. Suddenly I'm building a fort out of menus so nobody can see us. Eventually I was like, this is ridiculous. It's time to grow up and make a lifestyle change. And that's when I stopped hanging out with my grandma. She was just killing my buzz, man, killing my buzz. I'm 29, and as I get older, I realize I'm getting way too lazy for my own good. Like, I swear there was a time in my life where if I dropped something, it was just a mild inconvenience. Like, maybe I wouldn't pick it up right away, or like, I'd try to scoop it up with my foot and kind of hacky-sack it onto a higher level. But eventually I'd break down and pick it up. But now, instead of doing any of that, I just contemplate what the rest of my life will be like if I never pick that thing up again, ever. Like I dropped my keys 4 days before I broke down and got my car keys. Had to quit my job. It's like, I don't know when I'll be able to come in again. I spilt a bunch of syrup in my kitchen, and that just became a part of my apartment. I don't go anymore. I just threw some old newspaper over it and moved on. It's like when you ask yourself, is this gonna be a dick move? And then you stop giving a shit and do it anyway before you get an answer. That's basically where I'm at in my life. A lot of my friends are like real people, you know, they're doing the family thing, having a lot of kids. And I feel bad for them because first of all, having a newborn baby is a terrible thing, and it just goes steadily downhill until one of you dies. These are for the pregnant woman in the audience. Babies just freak me out, man. I'll tell you what it is. It's the soft spot. Who puts a soft spot on the top of your head? Put that thing on, I don't know, your armpit. Like, here, hold the baby, just be careful with his armpit. I can handle that. The soft spot is basically a button for turning your regular baby into a special needs baby. But you have to be careful because they can pull your fingerprint off the baby's brain and trace it right back to you. That's the only thing keeping me from breaking into the maternity ward one night and thumping all those babies on the top of their head. And it just gets worse from there, man. When you have kids, these days you have to actually raise your kids, like all the time. Right? Everything in my day was apparently child abuse, but I survived. You can't can't leave your kid in the car anymore. When I was a kid, I wanted to be left in the car. I'm 5 years old, I'm not gonna go wait in line at the bank, Mom. And my mom's like, okay, but let's roll up these windows and lock the doors, just to be safe. So I'm in there just sweating and struggling to breathe, playing my Game Boy. I think that's why parents say that they forgot their kid in their car, because it sounds better than, he told me he'd be fine, and... You can't even let your kids play, like, without you watching them anymore. When I was a kid, I legitimately could have rode my bike to Alabama as long as I got home before the streetlights came on. Nobody honestly would have given a shit. When I was a kid, me and my friends would bicycle into the woods where a homeless guy lived and buy torn out pages of Playboy and Hustler. That's not even a joke, that's just an example of the criminal negligence that I enjoyed as a child. I have a hard time meeting women. I think it's mostly because I have rapey resting face. Like if I zone out for a minute, date's over. So I think I'm gonna switch to trans women. They should be brave, right? I know a lot of straight guys aren't into that. I guess they think the ghost of her dick is gonna haunt the rest of their life. I just believe in modern medical science, man. I think if you put 12 doctors in a room and tell them to build a better vagina, they're gonna get results. Normal vaginas are disgusting. Let's be honest. Ladies, you know. You can customize that shit. Get all the lips folded up just right. I want it ribbed for my pleasure. In fact, I don't even need a human body. Just graft it onto the back of a lab rat and leave the room. It makes me envious of trans men a little bit that they get to customize their penis. Like I would be fucking craters in the moon from my couch. Thanks a lot, guys. You're a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. That was amazing. I laughed really hard.